Okay, so today we're going to talk about what it looks like to solve an inequality and what an inequality is. So an inequality is something that compares two values that are not equal. This looks a lot like an equation, just with a different symbol. The solution of an inequality is going to be a set of numbers rather than just a single one, and an inequality is going to use four specific symbols to represent these solutions. So it's going to look and operate a lot like an equation, just with a um, couple different twists to it. So here's our inequality symbols that we're going to be using. This is what we're using instead of the equal sign. So we've got our less than sign, our greater than sign, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So the difference between those is less than or equal to is going to include whatever the value is, and it's going to have a line under the symbol. Same thing with greater than, greater than or equal to, it's going to include whatever value we're talking about and have that line underneath the symbol. These are some different words that might be used in a problem or a question to help tell you what inequality symbol they're talking about. So for less than, you could also hear the words fewer than or smaller than. For greater than, you could hear bigger than or more. Less than or equal to, because we're reading this left to right, we're going to be talking about the unknown first. So of course we could say the unknown is less than or equal to. We could say the unknown is no more than, at most, or over. For our greater than or equal to sign, we could hear that. We could hear the unknown is at least a specific value. We could hear it's no less than a specific value, or it's from a specific value. So when we're solving these inequalities, it's going to look pretty much exactly the same as solving an equation, with just one special rule at the end when we've isolated the variable. So we're going to move all the variables to one side of the inequality sign. We're going to move all the constants to the opposite side of the inequality sign. And then when we're isolating the variable, if we multiply or divide by a negative number when we're getting that variable all alone, we have to flip the inequality sign. So if it starts as a less than sign, we flip it to a greater than sign. If it starts as a less than or equal to, we flip it to greater than or equal to. So let's do a few practice problems. So example 1, it just tells us we need to solve the inequality. So I have 3x plus 4 is less than 16. So I know this isn't an equal sign, but I'm going to do the same thing that I've been doing, and I'm going to draw that line down just so I know I have to balance this inequality and do the same thing on both sides. So first, I want to get all my variables on one side of the inequality sign. I see right now x is my variable, and the only x term I'm dealing with is already on the left side, so that's good. So that's step 1. Step 2 is get all the constants on the opposite side. So I need to get this constant away from my variable term and get it on the opposite side of the inequality sign. So if we're adding 4, to undo that, we're going to use our inverse operations, and we're going to take away 4. But when we do it on one side, we have to do it on the other. So that leaves me with 3x, that's a 0 pair, is less than, I'm just going to rewrite my symbol, keep carrying it down, and then 16 minus 4 gives me 12. Alright, so I have all my constants on one side, all my variable terms on the other. So now I just need to isolate my variable. Right now my variable is being multiplied by 3. So to undo that and get it by itself, we're going to do the opposite, which is divide by 3. So 3 divided by 3 simplifies to 1. So that leaves us with 1x, which is just x. We didn't multiply or divide by a negative, so my sign does not change. X is less than 12 divided by 3, that is 4. So my final solution is x is less than 4. So any value, any x value that is smaller than 4 will make that inequality true. So if I were to put 3 in there, 2, 1, 0, -1, -2, so on and so forth, that inequality is going to be true. So let's plug one in just to kind of see what that looks like. So let's try 1. x is equals 1. That's smaller than 4. So 3x plus 4 is less than 16. We're going to plug in that 1 because we're seeing if that really is true. 3 times 1 plus 4, negative 16. If this inequality comes out true, we know our answer is correct. This is us checking our work. 3 plus 1 is less than 16. 4 is definitely less than 16, so we did good. Our inequality is true. So that's going to reign true any number smaller than 4. So we did good. That is our final answer. All right, example number 2, solving this inequality. So first off, I see on the the right side, I see some parentheses. It looks like I'm going to have to distribute. So I'm going to distribute this 3 to both terms inside of those parentheses. Before I do that, I'm going to draw that line so I don't forget. So that leaves me with 3 times 4x. That's going to give us 12x. 3 times 6 is positive 18. And then on the other side, nothing changed, so I'm just going to rewrite it. All right, so it doesn't look there's anything else I need to simplify. No more like terms, no more distributing. So now I can start with my steps. So I'm going to get all of my variables on one side and all my constants on the other. I'm going to go ahead and bring this 12. I'm going to get it off the right side and scooch it over to the left side. So it's positive right now, so that means I'm going to subtract it from both sides. So 10x minus 12x, that's going to leave me with negative 2x minus 5. We did subtract, but we're not multiplying or dividing, so our symbol has not changed. And that leaves me with 18 on this side. Now I got to get that constant away from my variables on the left side by adding 5 to both sides. That leaves me with negative 2x is greater than or equal to 23. All right, so we're on my final step. I need to isolate this variable of x. Right now it's being multiplied by negative 2, so we're going to divide it by negative 2 on both sides. Now here's where that special rule comes into play. We are dividing by a negative, so when we write our next step, our answer, we need to flip the sign over. So negative 2 divided by negative 2, that simplifies to 1 and leaves us with just x. We need to flip the sign. Sometimes I circle it, highlight it, draw it down like that just to remind me I need to flip it over. My answer will be wrong if I don't flip it. And then 23 divided by negative 2, I'm just going to leave that as an improper fraction. Oops, sorry, not 25. 23 divided by 2. Negative 23 divided by 2. So this would be our final answer. X is less than or equal to negative 23 over 2. All right, we've got one more example just telling us to solve the inequality. What values of x are going to make this inequality true? So I see a fraction. I want to get rid of that fraction. Fractions are hard to work with sometimes, and so whenever I can get all my numerators, sorry, not my numerators, all my denominators to be 1 is what I want to do. So I see that on the left side it's being divided by 2. So to undo that, I'm going to multiply everything by 2. But if I do it on one side, you know I have to do it on the other. But I can't just write times 2 because then I might think it's only for that 6x. I'm going to put everything on that side in parentheses and write 2 on the outside. So this simplifies to 1 and leaves us with just 15x minus 4. Our inequality is less than. And here, I see a number outside some parentheses with some terms in the parentheses. I need to distribute that too because everything on that side of the inequality needs to get multiplied by 2. So I'm going to distribute it. It's just going to be from the back side instead of the front side. So 2 times 6x and 2 times 1. So I'll do 2 times 1 first. That gives me 2. 2 times 6x is 12x. All right, so now I need to get all my variable terms on one side, all my coefficients, sorry, not my coefficients, all my constants on the opposite side. So I see 15x on the left side, 12x on the right side. I'm going to take away 12x and move it over. So it's positive, so I'm going to subtract it from both sides. That leaves me with 3x minus 4 is less than 2. That gave us a 0 pair. Those canceled out. So we're only left with 2. Cool. So now I need to get all my constants on the right side. So because we're subtracting 4, I'm going to add 4 to both sides, do the opposite. That leaves me with 3x. That's a 0 pair. Less than 6. Okay, final step. 3x is less than 6. 3 is being multiplied by x. X is being multiplied by 3 right now. So to get x all by itself, I need to divide by 3, and I have to do it to both sides. So those 3 simplify to 1, which leaves me with just x. Sorry, I'm having to write it up here. X is less than, our sign did not change because we didn't divide or multiply by a positive or by a negative. And then 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we know that any values less than 2 are going to make that inequality true. No values greater than 2, only values less than 2. And that doesn't include 2 because it's not a less than or equal to sign. It's just less than. So starting at 1, 0, -1, and so on will make that inequality true.